A look at issues that surround conflict. We're going to take a look at how to resolve. And we're going to actually do some things, some activities related to conflict. So it's not just going to be me pontificating for the next 4 or 5 hours. Is that right? 4 or 5? Close. Oh, close. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, there might be a conflict with that, right? Okay, I understand. Not necessarily a fact. Well, why do we bother with all this? Why should we concern ourselves with understanding conflict? More importantly, why should we concern ourselves with resolving it? Well, you know, it takes a toll on organizations. There's mistakes due to conflict, there's employee complaints, there's disputes. All these things, all these events detract from the mission of the organization. And in my consulting practice, I see this all the time. You know, I in California, I was raised in California, and was certified as a mediator there, and so, you know, my job was to resolve conflict, right? Okay, thank you. And somebody once told me, says, oh, you mediators are all alike. All you do is look for a fight. And but the issue is, conflict is something that we live with. It's a fact of life. And how we resolve it, how we step into it and manage it is the important. It's supposed to be to facilitate getting things done. Well, my view is a little bit different. I look at things differently. What can I say? I look at things from this perspective. The balance and alignment between structure, practices, and relationships. When I diagnose an organization, or I'm asked to come in and take a look at what's going on inside the company because there's a problem somewhere, this is what the values are. This is how I do it. I want to see what the purpose of that organization is. And when I interview people in the organization, that's what I listen for. What do they talk about? They talk about why we're here. Because why we're here does about $30 million a year. They did an employee survey. They didn't like the results of the employee survey. Okay, so they asked us to come in, and we have an interview protocol that we do with employees to dig deeper into the organization. So we went in and we said, okay, now set us up in an office away from all you executives. Put us way the heck over here. So they did. Now, the offices they put us in had windows on each side. Well, the employees would not come and see us unless the windows were papered over. Is there a clue there somewhere? We had sign-up sheets. It's about a 45-minute interview process, and so every hour we had appointment sign-up sheets, and the employees would not sign the sheets. Why do you think? Yes, retaliation. They were concerned. Yeah? Now, the employee survey said there's a lack of trust or communication. Did they need to call me in to tell them it was a lack of trust and communication? Oh, there's something else I forgot to tell you. The company started in 1965, and since 1965, something called the Ed Fund had paid out $110 million to either settle or litigate sexual harassment charges. The Ed Fund is the name of the owner of the company. Ed was a hands-on manager. He had his hands on everybody. Do they need to tell me there was a problem? That you see anywhere falls into these categories. So we're now going to explore this a little deeper, a little further. Sit back and listen to the story of Yeah, my medication can take care of that. So. All right, so we have some differences. Can we agree there's some differences?
Yeah.
Okay, notice what we're saying here. These are values. These are your individual values, right? Now we go to step 2. Step 2 is each table discuss the ratings and come to a consensus rating on the characters. And then I want a representative from that table to display your ratings and explain why the ratings are the way they are.
I had him too. I had low
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, let's get back together. And we're going to explore the rankings. Okay, does any